Recording in progress.
All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Absolutely, it has been a while. It's a lot going on, but did y'all miss me? Tell me if you missed me. Look, I missed you guys too. Like I said, a lot of good things been going on. We've had some scheduling conflicts. We've had a Caribbean retreat with our organization. They went away on a Virgin Voyage cruise for several days. We had the Thanksgiving holiday, and this past weekend, we just had our annual awards gala. That was an absolutely phenomenal event as well. So it's been a lot going on, but like I told you earlier, tonight's episode is going to be well worth the wait. Before we get started, though, I got to pay a couple bills, just a couple. As always, this episode is brought to you by buildyourbestlife.info. If you guys have been watching and following for a while, you kind of know exactly what we're talking about here. So if you are finally ready to learn how to live your best life by living your best life, go on over here, get access to a free 3-day on-demand workshop, get all the nuts and bolts, kick the tires, smell the roses, see what's going on, and come back and let's have a serious conversation about whether or not this makes sense for you or not, okay? And last but not least, this episode is also brought to you by our YouTube channel, All Around the World with Tari. Yes. I don't know how long ago it was, but Facebook came up with the bright idea of no longer storing lives on the platform. So after 30 days, this won't be here. But don't worry, you can always go over to All Around the World with Tarek on YouTube and catch this episode along with all the others and any incredible content we upload on that channel. So make sure you go over, like, subscribe, and follow so you can get notified for everything that happens that we do on that site. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? I hope you are, because you are in for a treat. And this young lady has schooled me on a few things tonight. But we're going to bring her out the best way we can possible from, under compliance purposes. She is from the great city of Upper Marlboro, Maryland, by way of Southeast Washington, D.C. Believe it or not, she is a mom and a grandma to one young, handsome grandson. She has a background as a federal government employee, or should I say former background, but I'll let her and tell you all about that, ladies and gentlemen. She is, how can I say this? She is one of our top producing, super successful, just all around the world travel business owners. She has 110% of the facts. She has a passion for helping people, ladies and gentlemen. She is a boatload of fun to be around, and she's doing significantly well from an income standpoint. I need y'all to stand to your feet and help me welcome to the front, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Debra Bond. Yes. Show her some love, ladies and gentlemen. We are so happy to have you here, young lady. Absolutely appreciate you stopping by. How you doing this evening?
I am doing fantastic. How are you, sir?
Look, I got you. I'm staring at you across the screen. It's Monday. I'm blessed. I am blessed. I don't know what else I could ask for. So, I appreciate you being here. And look, before we get started, and hopefully this is okay. I speak for our organization, the Legacy Team, and I'm sure a lot of others across that platform of our parent organization, and just want to thank you for not only leading from the front in all that you do is from what this travel business offers, but also the things that you do behind the scenes and in front of the scenes to help make this big machine work. You are an awesome individual and an asset to us all, and I thank you so much on behalf of everyone for all the things that you do. Appreciate you.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
So
goodness. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you allowing me to come on this platform with you tonight. I'm super excited to be here. And you know how we do. We in business for ourselves, but not by ourselves. And anywhere that I can step in and help, I am gladly to do it.
absolutely. And that speaks volumes a lot about who you are. And I need y'all to know that she has no financial vested interest in my success. She is here truly out of the kindness of her heart. And that speaks volumes not only about her, but this amazing organization that we're part of. So that's another thing I want to thank you for too tonight as well, young lady. So tell us what's going on. Where you coming from? What you been doing for a living? What's happening? Share with us about the background. What's going on?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So where do I start? So you mentioned that I'm a former federal government employee, which is very accurate because you know things changed this year. It's 2025.
Yes.
Things changed tremendously, right? So I was full-time federal government for 18 years. Now, prior to that, I gave, you know, my life to society for 25 years in public sector. But 18 years in the federal government as of May the 2nd, because of things changed, right? It was so stressful, so uncertain. There was a lot of uncertainty and a lot of anxiety what was going on with my agency. So on May the 2nd, I decided to walk away from my job. And listen. The reason why I was able to walk away from my job is because of this opportunity that we're in together, right?
Yes.
That
Yes.
additional income stream, right? So I am retired now. Had 18 years. I did not have the 20-year mark, but I had the age. Might not look like I have
Nah, nah,
the
nah.
age. Had the age. So I felt, okay, my health is so important. I don't want to be stressed out. I don't want to have any anxiety. So it was time for me to walk away. And now I am here in the travel space, in the travel industry for full time now, right? Been here for 9 years. You mentioned I have two children. They're adults and they're also my business partners.
Gotta
So,
love that. Gotta
yeah,
love that. Yes,
we make
absolutely.
money together. We travel together. We make memories together, and that's what this opportunity is all about. Brand new grandson. He is just such a joy. He's 8 months old. Actually, he is about to turn 9 months old.
Wow.
So,
Happy 9 months to him.
yes, thank you so much. I am super excited just to be a grandma. I've been waiting for some time, but it's okay. The time is now.
Yes, it is.
So he's here. But for the most part, I've been in this industry for 9 years, and it's just been absolutely amazing, especially since it has afforded me to walk away from my good government job, right?
That. How about that? Ain't too many people walking away from no good government job, not
Mm-mm.
early. So I mean, and you got a family of entrepreneurs too. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. So tell me a little bit about that. Like, how does it feel like to right now to know you have the opportunity to do that, take that early retirement and now live, do what you want, live how you want, wake up when you want to. How does that feel?
So, you know, when it was taking place, it was a little scary,
Mm-hmm.
right? Of course, I was fearful. I was like, oh my goodness, am I going to be able to take care of my financials, continue to live the way I'm used to living? So it was a little bit scary. And then as time went on and that stress started to lift, the frowns in my face and the headaches and the insomnia went away. I was like, oh, I can get used to this.
I know that's
Wait,
right.
wait, wait. I can make decisions and don't have to ask nobody.
mm,
I can
mm,
I can I can use my cell phone to book a flight, hop on a flight, go where I want
mm,
to go when I want to go,
mm,
right? It's
mm.
amazing. It's such a amazing feeling to just have that freedom to do what I want to do when I want to do it, right?
I can only imagine. You know, this time of year, when you get up early on a Monday morning when the temperature's in the 20 degrees, and you got to get out and move around.
So sorry.
We can only imagine and envy being in that position with you. So I mean, kudos to you, and the work you've done and what you've accomplished to be able to put you in that position. I mean, that is absolutely awesome. So tell me, you said 9 years ago, you looked at this opportunity. You know, a lot of people still kind of decide whether or not they're going to look at it at all. 9 years ago, you looked at this opportunity. What did you see at that time, 9 years ago, that made you say this was, you know, I'm doing this?
So let me tell you a little story about
Okay, tell us a story.
So, 9 years ago, actually, my anniversary was November the 29th. So, November 29th was my 9 year anniversary. And when I found out about this opportunity, someone reached out to me and was like, hey, we're about to turn 50. So don't you think we need to do some things and go celebrate? Let's go in destination. So how can we do that? Right. And I had no idea how we were going to do that. So I reached out to a couple of friends and I was telling them that, we need to go do some celebrating in destination. And how do we do that? And as they were telling me about this opportunity, um, I wasn't really interested. I really wasn't. I'm like, okay, all right, fine, fine, okay, fine. Um, I wasn't trying to be a true entrepreneur.
Mhm.
So I wasn't open. I wasn't open. I wasn't, my mind was shut down. My mindset wasn't thinking about, the opportunity. It wasn't thinking about the things or the ways that it could actually change my life. So I was pretty shut down. I was pretty shut down and shut off. No matter how many times my friend kept saying, but Deborah, I'm like, oh, no, no, ma'am. I don't want to think about it. But the shift happened maybe a couple of years later when someone reached out and was like, hey, I see you're moving around and you're doing things and you're going to destination, you're staying at these beautiful places. And how is that happening? That's when it shifted. And I was like, oh, I can still have fun doing what I love to do, you know, uh, and other people can have fun with me. So that's when it really shifted. And when I found out that there was a stream of income associated with it,
Hmm.
it was a no-brainer because my mama taught me that, you don't leave no money on the table. My mom was a single mother. She worked 3 jobs to raise 2 children, and she was like, get that money. So all I could think about was get that money because it's going to help you further down the line. Had no idea what was going to happen this year. But because
Mm,
I started 9 years ago and already had built my shelter
mm,
before the storm came,
mm,
now here I am. My mind changed, my mind shift changed, my eyes open, my heart open, and that's what got me on this journey. So it wasn't the initial conversation and trying to become an entrepreneur in the travel space. It took me a minute, but once I got it, and I was like, oh,
oh,
yeah,
you got it, and you are getting it for sure.
no brainer, no brainer.
It is so. I mean, I watch you just in your essence now, and what you do for the team and the organization. It's just I can't fathom the idea of you just not really seeing this and having a hard time, figuring out that it made sense for you initially. But it is those are bars. And your mother must know my mother because they got a similar story. They probably should hang out. But so that's how you got started. Now, uh, Deborah, 9 years later, it's
Hmm.
9 years later now. You know, there was a little bit of resistance getting started. It finally clicked. Um, you built this shelter before the storm, as you would say, bars. What is it now, 9 years later? Now at this point, I mean, you could essentially move on, walk away, do your thing, you got what you need. What keeps you 10 toes down now, going forward from here?
That's a great question. And as I think about it, and I'm getting a little bit emotional because it's about the community for me. So you mentioned earlier that I have no financial ties to you, your team, or anything that you guys are doing. But because we're in a community together with a community of people and leaders who want to see everybody win and to get everything that they can get out of this business, whatever their why is. I have on a shirt right now that says, "Remember your why." So my why wasn't to come over here to build an empire, to become an entrepreneur. But it shifted and it changed because of the community and the relationships that I've been able to build. Um, I wouldn't know you if it wasn't for this opportunity, right?
Not at all.
I wouldn't know people in Iowa. I wouldn't know people in Texas or in Jamaica because I wouldn't be a part of this organization. I wouldn't be a part of this company. But because we're in 22 different countries, I'm able to meet people that I would never have imagined that I would be able to meet. So you mentioned this weekend we had a celebration here in the Maryland area, and we had people fly in from all over Florida, right?
Yep.
But because we're in the relationship building business and it's the travel industry, we have a community of people where we support one another. We travel together. You mentioned we went on a Caribbean cruise. It was over 80 of us on that cruise. We pray together, we break bread together, we celebrate together. I mean, it's just a whole community of people where no matter who you touch or who you reach, you're going to either help someone win or they're going to come back and help you win,
No doubt.
right?
No doubt.
So that's what kind of that's keeping me here. Um, and I ain't going away. I'm not going. I'm be
I'm
here.
with you. I mean that touched right here for me, and that, because I feel it, and and it's one of those things for those who are watching this for the first time. You have no idea, it's that's something you have to experience to really truly understand it. It really gets to a point where no matter how much money you make or the things you accomplish, that right there is priceless to be able to have that around you, that community and people who have that interest in seeing you win, whether they get a piece of it or not. It's just there's not many places out there in the world you can be a part of something like that. So I'm 100% with you there. That definitely touched my heart for sure. So we got you in, we got you. We know where we're going from here. Why you're here? You're not going anywhere. So you mentioned being in the travel space. Um, you know, if you can share with us, a success story of yours or that you're familiar with, that you've taken advantage of by being in that space.
Oh my goodness. Oh, there are so many that I could share with you. But it really truly all depends on what your passion is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in this travel space that we're in, you have the opportunity to specialize in certain areas of travel, right? Cruises, destination weddings, Jamaica, Egypt, Marriott. I mean, it's so broad that you can specialize in pretty much any area of travel, right? And because of that, I've come in contact with quite a few people who have specialties, right? There's this one business owner who books a trip every single year, right? It's a birthday celebration, it's a cruise, right? Every single year. And around Thanksgiving, It's a Thanksgiving cruise. It's a week cruise. Every single year, this cruise goes down. Well, last year, the cruise took place for Thanksgiving for the birthday celebration. There were maybe, and when I say we travel together because other agents were able to come together. I just so happened to go on this trip, right? But other agents come together
Mhm.
and they also bring their guests and their clients and everything like that, right? So on this particular trip, there were maybe about 25 people there. And this one person who booked 4 cabins, they had 4 balconies, right?
Mm. Mm.
Out of the 24 people, like 25 people who came, they had 4 balconies. And I can tell you this, just by booking that 7-day cruise, those 4 balconies, and any of the ground transportations and the night before that they had a commission check that had a comma in it. It was closer to $5,000 in commission because of that trip, right?
Wow.
So this opportunity, the travel space that we're in, and the opportunity where people are already traveling, they're already booking travel, right? um, they're earning a significant amount of money on what
Mm.
people are doing anyway, right? So that's just one success story. People can destination weddings. Isn't this the time of year when people get proposed to? Like for
That's
Christmas, people get
that
engaged,
time.
right?
It's that time. Christmas, New Year's, all that stuff. Yes.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't even want to um do all the planning themselves. They don't want to, they might want to travel to a nice little island. I mentioned Jamaica, to an island somewhere and, have the Jamaican island, the resort, the weddings department do everything for them. They just show up, right? That's another success story.
Wow.
Yeah, I know a person who's in the travel space who actually booked a destination wedding just recently, right? And in the travel industry, you get recognized when you hit certain tiers in our company. Well, this agent got recognized for earning over 25K for that one booking.
Wow. Wow.
So,
Wow.
so there are several success stories that I could tell you about travel, booking travel, getting paid commission that's already built into the price. But people just need to realize that if they're already doing it, then why not monetize it for themselves?
No question. No question about it. I mean, and even with the cruise example, I mean, like I've been on a few cruises, and it's completely common to end up on a cruise with a group of people, where even just the people that are you're responsible for coming with you can take up 3, 4, 5 rooms. But to know that in that situation, you can have the potential to earn a check with a comma in it just for going and doing what you're going to do anyway, that's absolutely no brainer. Absolutely
Yeah.
no
What
brainer.
I say earlier, my mama say, don't leave no money on the table.
And that's a lot of money to be leaving on the table. Wow.
Right.
Wow. 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 So I hope y'all caught that. Um, so what was you for you coming into this space, 9 years ago? What was your biggest aha moment when it comes to being in the travel space? Like what was the wow coming to learn or finding out about being in this industry, for you?
Oh my goodness. So if I had to think about that, wow, what can I say? I'm gonna say that, and I think I mentioned it already, that a lot of people don't know that there's already a commission built into the price that they're going to pay anyway. Whether they're booking a hotel, a cruise, entertainment tickets, Super Bowl tickets, right? Excursions, travel insurance. Some people are, they're booking themselves, but then they go to somebody who's a travel business owner to book insurance. So you can get paid commission on just booking other people's insurance, right? So
Mm.
that aha moment for me was that if people are going to do it anyway, they're gonna go to these, online booking engines, and they're gonna do research. They're going to learn about the destination. They're gonna choose the room. They're gonna tell all their family and friends about it, and then they're going to book the trip. They're gonna go on the trip. They're going to have fun, take pictures, do videos. They're going to go on social media and market everything that they're doing, but they're going to come home to a receipt. Now,
Facts.
how is that possible? How do you do all this work for free for all your family and friends and then don't get paid for
She said a receipt.
it?
That's true though, and that's true. And people do it multiple times a year. It's
Exactly.
insane. But you don't know what you don't know. So, but after tonight, folks, you can't say it's because you don't know. Absolutely not. Um, well, here's a good one I think for you. In this particular project, especially where there was resistance for you in the beginning. Um, and it sounds like a lot of it.
It
Um,
was. It
what
was.
what is it at this point or somewhere throughout? What have you learned about yourself? Not just from saying yes eventually, but also ultimately creating the level of success that you created for yourself, which is quite a bit, significant amount of success. What have you learned about yourself?
So, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say I learned that my mind, if I open my mind to the possibilities
Mm.
and leave that fear behind, then I can get pretty much anything that I want. I have
Oh,
this t-shirt that says, I'm coming for everything they said I cannot have.
oh,
And so my mindset shifted in this opportunity because I didn't think I would be able to be successful as an entrepreneur. I didn't think I could be successful at helping other people live their dreams, right? Or helping other people get to a place where, their finances are growing or their time freedom is coming to fruition. I didn't feel like I was that type of person that would be able to impact so many people in so many different areas across the world. Because, I'm just that little, Southeast DC girl, right?
not just any Southeast, Minnesota Avenue, y'all. If y'all from around the way, Minnesota Ave.
Minnesota Avenue, 40 Pop Pop, you know, young lady who moved out to the suburbs to give my children a better life.
No doubt.
And because of this opportunity, it has also helped me to give my children a better life and now my grandchild a better life. But I didn't have the confidence enough to think that I would be successful at being an entrepreneur in any type of space. But because of the passion that I have for travel, I've always wanted to do it. Wasn't able to do it raising my children because I didn't have the money. I ain't had the time. And I
Mm-hmm.
had to save my leave in case there was an emergency to take off, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
when my mind opened up and was open to the possibilities and just being able to be coachable, teachable, humble, hungry, it allowed me to grow in this space and allowed me to help other people grow in this space.
Mm. How about them 5 keys? Them 5 keys to success. I know that's right.
Had to mention that one. I left out the consistency part, right? The
It's
coachable part,
it's in
consistency
there. It's
part,
in
right?
there.
But you know it's in there.
No doubt. No doubt about it. I gotta say though, that is pretty profound though, Deborah, because you know, people are just hearing us talk about it right now. So I mean, but they don't really know, how powerful your story is when you talk about that because the level of success that you've accomplished. And there are people who right now who saw this information, but haven't moved because they feel the same way you felt. There's even people who have actually taken that step to get started, but haven't started to move forward because they feel the way you felt. And you have a story that you were able to move past that and find a level of success that most people today, right now, dream about because you were able to have that shift. Um, can you speak to what you think might have actually caused that shift? What happened there? People need to know that this is great stuff. These are jewels.
So, first of all, when people try to approach you and they want you to open up a business or get on board with something that they're into, and you know the person, you love the person, and you're going to help them however you can, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was me. But if it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't for the leadership here in
Mm-hmm.
our organization,
Mm-hmm.
the fact that our leader called to welcome me to the business
Mm-hmm.
and did not pressure me, did not make me feel like I had to do something that I wasn't ready to do or that I didn't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that when I needed him or her and I called and they were there, they answered my questions, they coached me, they trained me, they poured into me, they mentored me, the support, the community. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't be here.
Mm-hmm.
If that person, if they would have called and pressured me to do something or try to talk me into doing something that I did not want to do or didn't want to be a part of, I probably would have walked away.
Wow.
Um, but when they say you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself, that's what's happening over here with us, right? You're
Yes.
not just a number, you're a person that we want to help you and we want to make sure that you get what you want from the opportunity so that you can succeed or follow up and fulfill your why in this business, right?
Yep.
That the reason why we're having this conversation tonight is because you're trying to educate people and let them know that anything that you decide to do, anything that you're introducing to them, that you're going to be that person to help them get through, to answer their why. And that's what happened to me. I didn't know it at the time, but that's what happened to me. And my why shifted, totally shifted during the pandemic. Because during the pandemic, when we got shut down and everything got shut down,
Mm-hmm.
the restaurants and all that stuff, right? My son was in the restaurant business and he wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I still have my government job. We moved to working from home, but as you can see, that government job is not stable.
Yep.
But now, because of this business, at that point during the pandemic, I was like, oh my goodness, what if something happened to me during this pandemic? How will my son be able to survive with no job?
Mm-hmm.
What's the money going to look like? What kind of money is going to be um, coming into the household if something happened to me during a pandemic? So that also shifted where I got really serious about this business, where I got really serious about educating people on how they can make additional income in the travel space, and it can actually change their lifestyle and even some people's zip codes, right?
No doubt.
um, because there's a significant amount of money that's being made. And when I tell you that that's what happened to me, it was like, oh my gosh, I just got to tell everybody. and
No
I got to
doubt.
help everybody who
No
wants to be
doubt.
helped, right?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it was
You,
the leadership shift and the support, and just knowing that if it's something that I did not want to do, they were not going to force me to do it, right?
no doubt. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I feel that same energy, and I can second that. So that's incredible, though. I'm glad you shared that because I think that is a very, very common sentiment people experience. And it's one thing that holds a lot of people up, unfortunately. Even whether it's this opportunity or not, like you said,
Hmm.
anything that can put them in a position to free themselves and get outside of the box. Um, that's one of the things I hold people back. So I'm glad you shared that. So what are you most excited about for the future? Like you've done some great things already, you know. What are you looking forward to next? What's next for the incredible Deborah Brown?
Oh my goodness. So what's next? Well, you already know. This industry right here, it's stable. It ain't going nowhere, and I'm not going anywhere.
No doubt, no doubt.
But my goal is to be able to help any and everybody who is looking for that additional stream of income, anyone who has a passion for travel, anyone who has a passion for helping others. And when I left my good government job, I was making six figures, right?
Mhm.
And this opportunity is almost replacing my government income.
Mm,
So I want to continue to grow this business to a point where it does replace my income, six figures in this industry. And yes, and I am fast tracking my way there.
100%.
But the goal is to make sure that anyone who is attached to me, anyone who is a part of our big team, that I can support them in them growing also, because it's, my goals are my goals, their goals are their goals. And if there's any way I can step in and support and help them grow their goals, get to where they need to be, then that's what I want to be able to do. Because, I'm gonna say it again, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And that's just how we roll over here in our organization.
Bro, no doubt. So y'all heard that as a common theme, and I hope some of y'all still not gonna get that until you gone to sleep later on tonight and wake up tomorrow and understand exactly what that means. But that is very, very powerful concept for you to be able to benefit from in such a lucrative opportunity where you're not just thrown into the water and have to figure out how to swim, So, but again, you call the shots of what pace you want to go. We're here to support and guide you in whatever direction that is, at whatever pace you want to go. Um, so in wrapping up, Miss Bond, I wish we got to do this again, okay?
Fine.
Because I'm sure there's a promotion in your very near future, so there's going to be grounds to come back again. But either way, this was an absolute amazing session. A lot of jewels, a lot of great stuff. You did an amazing job. But one final question for you, and I mean, you can direct this towards people who may be looking at this and have not chose to partner up, but also brand new people who just gotten started. You know, what would you say? What would be your advice coming from where you come from, your story, how you began, and where you are right now? What would you say to somebody who's looking at this for the first time, who hasn't quite committed one way or the other to what it takes to build success in this business? What advice would you have?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So what can I leave you guys with tonight? Let me just say this. Fear is going to keep you where you are. So you need to leave that fear where it is and just step out on faith and move forward, because we already talked about how lucrative the travel business is. People are making six figures. People are making six figures a month. Um, in this opportunity, because travel is not going anywhere. And actually, even during the pandemic, travel kind of boomed even more during the pandemic. And it's still booming, right? There's a lot of money. It's a No longer 8 trillion. It's like $10 trillion industry now, right? And there's a lot of money to be made. And this gentleman right here is here to lead the way. And that's why he's having these conversations. That's why he's doing these lives and doing these recordings so that he can educate you all and let you guys know that if you have a passion for travel, or even if you're looking for additional income, you like having fun, you like making money. I mean, he's the person that you need to reach out to so that he can get you on with what we're doing right now. Because I just told you guys I was able to leave my good government job
Mm.
earlier this year, and my household is not suffering, right? This opportunity is definitely life changing. It can change your income status. It can change the way that you see everyday life and take that worry out of your mind of how are you going to pay your next bill or how are you going to put food on your table because the money comes every single week.
Mm, 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 mm.
And you're going to have the support that you need to succeed in this business because that's the only reason why he's on here doing this recording is to let you know that you will be supported not only by him, but by the big team that we're all connected to. So get back to him tonight. Join us on this endeavor so I can meet you personally because you'll get to meet me too
Absolutely.
as one of the leaders in
100%.
the organization.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, thank you so, so much, Miss Deborah Bond. You have been a true blessing. Give it up for her one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. You heard it first here. She don't have to get up anymore because she chilling doing her thing, folks. And it's cold outside. When it's cold outside, where are you rolling? Unfortunately, like me, we still got to go. But at some point, we're going to be doing what Miss Bond does. And we thank you so much again. I cannot thank you enough. I know you're super busy when you build and doing what you're doing at your level. It takes, you got a lot of stuff that you're responsible for. So for you to take a few minutes tonight and come and bless us and the people who are watching this, I thank you so much humbly. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back real soon with our last couple final episodes of the season. Make sure you tune in. You got questions, you know where to come. Check out the website. Come back, grab me, inbox me, DM me, smoke single, text, whatever you need to do. Let's get together and talk about this. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, have an absolutely amazing night and the rest of your week, and we will catch up really, really soon.